Tonight's the night for football, everybody. The bright lights are on, the stage is set, and the crowd is ready. It's Monday Night Primetime on EA Sports. Straight ahead with a nationwide audience tuning in. It's a Monday Night Primetime showdown between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Philadelphia Eagles. Couple of teams here who began the year with wins. Let's see who can make it 2-0 as off we go in week 2. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first. Action in this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. We motion the tight end over. Now it's the first carry for Isaiah Pacheco. And he's going to take this down to the opposing 44. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
I can assure you of one thing. That carry just brought some extra work in the opening quarter. You couldn't script that run any better.
One play in, Brock, and this drive is already in enemy territory. They go play action on first down. This throw finds Marvin Harrison Jr. And they're going to be set up just outside that red zone. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down.
That's a statement throw right there. A statement throw that lets the opposing defense know it's not just going to be check down Charlie today. They're going to be willing to push the ball down the field, and this defense better respond.
And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10. The middle they go with Bigsby. And he gets a few on the punch forward.
I know that may look like a whole lot of nothing burger on the stat sheet, but those are the kind of plays, that inside run, that you see creative play action come off of later in the game.
Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7. They kick the running back in motion. throwing it on second down. Caught near the goal line. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. The Buccaneers take a 6-0 lead right away. So a touchdown on the board for Brock as they start this game off a perfect 1-for-1 offensively.
Yeah, I'm going to call that scripting for success right there. Can't do it much better than that. And listen, when you script these first plays, you don't always know who the targets are going to be. It's really then relying upon what the defense is trying to take away. They couldn't take away that big old tight end.
And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Milton back to throw. It's a screen to Barkley. I'd say the defense will take this today. They're across the line, handing them a loss. First play of the game.
I know coordinator and quarterback going to be upset with that first down because you call a screen on first, you're thinking stay ahead of schedule. Even a minimal gain to stay on pace, but instead, that defense creates a negative play and sets them back behind the sticks.
On second down, here's Barkley. And that's good for a few. It brings up 3rd down.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
This drive is in trouble. Got to figure out 3rd and 12. Here he goes, 3rd and long. Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Buccaneers get the football on the first turnover of the contest. Already in an early hole on the scoreboard. That is not what they needed in response, Brock. Giving away possession with a pick.
You know, we got a lot of game left, obviously. Nowhere close to them putting it away. But you can see things starting to unravel a little bit, even after just 2 possessions. A touchdown here could really continue that momentum towards an early runaway.
They drop him with a big hit. At least he's able to hold on for the game. But boy, Brock, what a shot. 2nd and 3 now.
2nd and 3 at the 26-yard line.
Zone read, it's Pacheco. And they're going to have 1st and goal as he gets this down to the 4.
It is just so hard, Kate, to get these chunk, explosive runs. But what it does now is it especially sets the table in prime scoring position.
Let's go.
Bigsby. And that right there is the start of what could be a goal line stand. They hit him for a loss on 1st and goal. That's a nice quick correction for this front, Brock. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
Running up the middle, Pacheco. And the defense wins this rep. That's stopped at the line, and now they've got 3rd and goal.
Well, you haven't given up the goal line yet, but this offense is moving closer and closer. Now might be the time defensively to get a little more aggressive, try to stick them with the loss, and make a difficult 4th down decision.
19 Tiger.
They send a man in motion. That one connects. And he's going to take this to the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. The Buccaneers get another 6 to make this a 13-0 game. McLaughlin's extra point is up and good. And the Buccaneers drive out to an early 14-0 lead. McLaughlin has it on the team, and he's ready to send this flying. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Ready up.
Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10.
Ready, go.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's all the way across midfield, down inside that 45-yard line.
No frills, nothing fancy. That was just a good old offensive line dominated in the trenches. And that sprung him to get to the second level and beyond.
Here's Milton, 1st and 10. He's got Devontae Smith. And they're going to get just inside that red zone on a big play down to the 19. Give him 24 on that play. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
Grab him, 60.
1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
70, Timberwolves.
Off the play fake. Here's Milton. It's caught at the 4. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles lower the deficit to a single possession. Extra point up and good by Elliott. And the Eagles chop the lead in half. It's down to 7.
Eagles 7.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. And he's going to field this one in the end zone without a return. So that's going to bring us out to the 35-yard line.
At their own 35-yard line.
Good starting field position for the Buccaneers. 1st and 10.
3. 60 Bison. 60 Bison. Riggs. Check go.
It's a design boot. He rolls to his right. Makes the catch, but does not do it in bounds. It looks like he came down on that sideline. 2nd down coming up. Well, he'd been perfect to that point on the drive, Brock. First time we've seen this coverage force him into a misstep in a while.
I know you hear me talk all the time, Kate, about the rhythm of an offense, right?
Yeah,
And I look at it through those optics so much. But it's the same thing defensively. You've got to get a stop, see the ball hit the ground to knock them out of that rhythm.
The 2nd down run by Pacheco. Defender gets to him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain. So, Brock, that means 3rd down coming up. Now we see he's in some pain after making that tackle. Team personnel out now to take a look at him.
Okay, ready.
3rd and 10. Can this offense get it done?
Ready. Cowboy 80.
Motion a receiver left. They'll throw. 3rd and long. Catch made left side by Luka. And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield. It's a gain of 11 there. That picks up the 1st.
That's good for a first down. A gain of 11 on the play. And a Buccaneer first down.
19 light.
Dropping back to throw. He's going to loft this deep down the left sideline. He's got it inside the 10. And that is a Tampa Bay touchdown. The Buccaneers grow their early lead to 13.
Chase McLaughlin lining up for
And we haven't even reached the end of 1, and already that's the 3rd time that he's thrown them into the end zone. It's hard to think of a better start he could be having than this.
21. Eagles 7.
McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. Struggling to center it. Oh, it's loose.
You know, those defensive guys, they will tell you that the sideline's their best friend, right? A lot of these routes are trying to push the receivers and move the real estate. Well, sometimes the sidelines could be an offensive player's best friend when that ball bounces harmlessly out of bounds.
Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10.
Ready.
And this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line. Now, the extra blocking sure didn't spring that run the way they hoped it would, Brock.
In the old West Coast system, you call 12 personnel, 2 tight ends, Tiger. Tiger package comes on the field. That was a whole lot more like a kitty cat effort there.
19 tight. Come on. Panther 60.
To throw, Milton. Throw left side, complete. And this one only manages a yard before coming to an end out of bounds. It's going to be third down.
Brings up 3rd and 12.
Hey. 60 Bison, 60 Bison. Dragon 60. Ready.
And you just get the play off. Well, right side, caught by Smith. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. We're through one on Monday Night Primetime. 21-7 is our score. We'll return to the link right after this. Ready now for our second quarter. The Eagles have the football. They're looking at a punt, though, facing 4th down. Only needed once last week in the win, and he matches that total here. And this is the punt you want every time. He bounces out of bounds and sticks them inside their own 10.
On the set.
Offense to the line. Here we go.
Here we go, set. Cougar 19.
Drive begins with a run by Pacheco. Well, I'm not seeing the signal for a safety, Brock, but he did not dodge it by much. That run just gets back to the line.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Throwing from his own end zone. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground.
Well, that's when you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Defense with an excellent opportunity at a stop here on 3rd down.
Let's go now. 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. 72. Street, street. Cut 19, cut 19.
From his end zone, 3rd and long. Oh, he missed that one, and he knew it. Put it behind his guy, and now it's 4th down.
We see this all the time. The number one thing you see NFL defenses do to try to force that 4th down, gets down coverage. Put your cover guys on the field. Let the boys up front cut it loose with pressure, and let the cover guys go shut it down.
And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. Well, hold on a sec. We've got an Eagle hurting pretty good out there, and they're going to head out to look at him.
Ready,
Football's on the 48. Here we go. 1st down.
ready, ready.
They'll go from the gun with Barkley. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run. Offense up to the line fast. Shotgun snap here to Milton. Finds his back. Here's Barkley. And they make the play at the 39 just before he can pick up that 1st down.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
Panther 60, Panther 60. Let go.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Buying some time right. And they can't connect on the 3rd down deep shot. Love the courage they had to try it, but it's incomplete, and now we've got 4th down.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to 3rd and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was 3rd and manageable and an incomplete.
Well, apparently a little too long to run the field goal unit out. The offense staying put to go for it.
Viking 18.
They'll throw for it. He's got it to his running back. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
play like this, that's exactly where you want to get him the ball, right on the outside, where he's got the space and a lot more room to work.
At the 36-yard line.
On the double.
They've got first down here from the 36.
Let's go now. Cougar 19.
It's a sweep. He pumps the pass forward. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Benjamin Morrison coming up to make that tackle.
Benjamin Morrison. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the Buccaneers 30-yard line.
First down run gets him 6, so now it is 2nd and 4.
79, bro. 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal. Ready.
Now Milton to throw. Caught on the comeback route. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line.
That's good.
Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a first down.
There are times a quarterback's got to be blacksmiths. When you're in the pocket, there's just a certain timing and precision. But you get outside that pocket, you got to be an artist. You got to be creative, and this guy is.
So a new set of downs. Here we go, 1st and 10. Hurts gets it out wide, complete. And he gets it in. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles make it a one-score game in the first half. Elliott on now to attempt a point after. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Eagles chop the lead in half. It's down to 7.
Eagles 14.
And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback. Good starting field position for the Buccaneers. 1st and 10. They're going to throw here to begin the drive. And this one is launched downfield. That's caught at the 25. And he is finally sent out of bounds, but not until he gets it all the way down to the red zone. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal. They'll run Pacheco. And he falls through the defense for a touchdown. The Buccaneers take a 13-point lead. It's an Isaiah Pacheco touchdown. McLaughlin sets on the extra point. And the Buccaneers double their lead to 14.
Eagles 14. Chase McLaughlin to kick off.
McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. Oh, he lost the football.
You know what? This game is hard. So sometimes catching a break or two in just the right circumstances is a big deal. Sideline could be your best friend as a runner because you lose the ball next to it, there's a good chance it could go harmlessly out of bounds.
Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line. 1st and 10. Starting on the ground here with Barkley. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play. Working quickly here. Shotgun snap for Hurts.
At the 35-yard line.
Dumps it off to Barkley. Complete. He is taken down as he drives this to the enemy 40. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the first.
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Look the ball into your hands, number one. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And then when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield to turn a good play into a great play.
On first down, they'll run. Winning their full steam ahead, but we ran out of steam pretty quickly. No gain on that one.
Job one of so many D tackles in this league is eat up space. Don't get moved off your spot. But the difference makers, they just not only eat the space, they eat those runners too.
Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Hits his running back. And he won't be able to add anything else onto the end of this catch, so it's going to be a completion to the 25. A gain of 15 there, and that'll be good for a Philadelphia first down. So after plenty of scoring already, we have reached the 2-minute warning. More on Monday Night Primetime in just a moment. They'll come up on 1st and 10. Hurts now from the gun. And he gets it in. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles make it a one-score game before halftime. One after added on by Elliott. And the Eagles chuck the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Good starting field position for the Buccaneers. 1st and 10. Play fake, he'll throw. He put everything he had into this one. And this is going to end up incomplete. He really aired it out there on 1st down, but just couldn't make the connection.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Following the incompletion, we stay at the 35. It's 2nd and 10. Design bootleg here. Headed out right. He's trying to go deep again. That's complete inside the 35-yard line. Give him 32 on that play. And that will be a Tampa Bay first down.
The best offenses in the league, and I don't really care what level it is, Kate. They stretch you vertically, and they'll stretch you horizontally. You show them that same look and just push the ball vertical, they'll catch on to it. But you start to mix and match and run these guys across the field, you become dangerous.
He finds Pacheco out of the backfield. And he's forced out of bounds after picking up about 7.
Hey, you like these results on 1st. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on 2nd down. That playbook wide open.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. They'll give this up the middle to Pacheco. And he's unable to get away from that tackle. Good work by the defense. Nothing gained on 2nd down.
I know these D-ends love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday. But doing the dirty work, playing the run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2.
Down street. 18 Cardinal. Riggs.
Throwing now on 3rd and 2. Bails out of the pocket quick. Oh, he's going to run for it. And he's got his guys into the red zone before someone can force him out. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
That is so demoralizing for a defense. You lock things down in coverage. You do everything right on the back end, only to see the quarterback escape, evade the pressure, and get that first down anyway.
From the red zone now. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up second down.
It's second down and 10.
Shotgun snap. They'll throw. Brings it in. He's right up next to that first down. Doesn't quite get there. Gain of 9. That brings up 3rd and short.
We get a lot of credit to receivers, and rightfully so, Cade, for them going into coverage and making a catch. I don't think we give enough credit to tight ends. I know they're big, I know they're physical, but to go into double coverage, take that contact and come away with the catch, that's a big-time effort.
Ooh, the hard count worked. Somebody jumped. I think this is going to give them the first. Just lost his focus and jumped. It's not a huge penalty, but it is a costly one because it gives him enough for a first down. So now, following the penalty, it's 1st and goal. And he finds him in the end zone for the Tampa Bay touchdown. The Buccaneers will add to their lead at the end of the half. Marvin Harrison Jr. with the touchdown. That one right down the middle. And the Buccaneers double their lead to 14. McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. Here's Parker Washington with the return. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30.
1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Down to 12 seconds before halftime as they come to the line. First down throwing for Hurts. Lasers this one deep down the middle. And that's incomplete with 7 seconds left. Time for 1, maybe 2 more snaps. Lucky that didn't end as an interception. And now it's 2nd down.
That's what I call complimentary defense right there. That pressure by the group up front, that leads to the incompletion and to the benefit of that secondary.
So play number 1 almost ended this drive. Let's see what play number 2 has in store. Looking to throw. Finds him over the middle. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop him. Just before halftime, we get a timeout. Take it. All right, this is going to be the play that takes us to halftime. The final throw before the break. Gets everything he has under this one. Into a ton of traffic, and this one's intercepted. That's Antoine Winfield Jr. And the Buccaneers do not get the return all the way back. That's going to bring us to the end of our first half. So we're through 2 quarters now, still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports.
Chase McLaughlin to kick off.
McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Third quarter is going to start with a run by Barkley. And a couple of teammates combining there for the stop after just 1 yard. Offense in the hurry up here.
7-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup.
Hurts. It's a screen to Barkley. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. They pick up 14 yards on that one. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off.
And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. And they're going to be forced to regroup a bit ahead of second down.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do get home that sack.
Dumps it off to his running back. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49.
You know, Kate, it is so hard on these defenses to try to keep an eye and monitor on these running backs when they leave the backfield, especially if he's waiting to chip a defender or delays on the start of his route. He's really an underrated part of their overall passing game.
Hold the ready.
This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12.
Let's go now. Cowboy 80. Ready.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. He's got it to him yet again. That is cut. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
So here comes the kick team for what will be a very long attempt. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that gets him back to within 11. Elliott's all set for the kickoff.
He has tried quite a few kicks in his time in the NFL, Kate, but a little extra excitement, I think, from everybody on the field. You don't get many chances to set a new career long. He took a shot, and he delivered.
Good starting field position for the Buccaneers. 1st and 10. Gives it Pacheco to start the drive. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7. Now he'll throw off the play fake. Hits him on the out route. And he's going to just get this across midfield before he's taken out of bounds. Big gain, 14 on the play. And the Bucs have the first.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Play clock getting close to 0. We get a timeout. As that'll leave him with just 2 to use the rest of the way. The ball's on the 48. Here we go. 1st down. Man in motion out of the slot. They go play action on 1st down. He throws a bullet deep to the right side. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
That was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
Another throw here on 2nd down. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. They'll air it out on 3rd. Forced out to his right. Play didn't break how they wanted it, and he throws this away.
Look at how well the coverage held up on that play. Even as the QB escapes the pocket and buys extra time secondary, well, they got real sticky, stay tight, and force the throw away.
Oh, Oh, first time for everything. He's bringing this punt out of his own end zone. And he found some space to do a little damage there before they bottle him up.
At their own 16-yard line.
Starting out trips right here. 1st and 10.
70 Ranger, 70 Ranger.
Play fake. It's Milton. That one's complete. Right side. And this winds up being an excellent play for them from deep in their own territory, up approaching that 30-yard line. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
1st down, a run with Barkley. He's stopped after ripping off an 8-yard chunk. It's 2nd down.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
Nice run last play. Sets up 2nd and 2.
Panther 60, Panther 60. Ready.
Milton now. Completed to his running back. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that'll be good for a Philadelphia 1st down.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Off the play fake. Here's Milton. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down.
Kate, I got to believe he hearkened back to that earlier pick and thought the better of making another. Getting outside the pocket, he was either going to try to run for it, had nowhere to go, so he simply threw it away.
After the incomplete pass, here comes 2nd and 10.
60 Bison.
Barkley on the shotgun handoff. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Chris Braswell there for the tackle.
When you don't have great success on 1st down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune 3rd down situation.
Bronco 80.
From the gun on 3rd down. Throwing all the way to the end zone here. Well, they had the look, certainly didn't shy away from it, but couldn't connect. And now they're stuck facing 4th down. Jake Elliott out to put up 3 for the Eagles. It's a deep shot for him from that left hash. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that brings the deficit back within a score, 8 points. All right, that lead cut down to 8 after that score, and the kick is away. No return here. This kick's going to wind up as a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Good starting field position for the Buccaneers. 1st and 10. Throwing off the play fake. Flushed out of the pocket. Brought in right side. And it doesn't get much, up to maybe their own 40. That's Nolan Smith there for the stop.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Putting a receiver in motion. Now a handoff for Pacheco. We're working a couple yards past the line. Juju Brents with a stop.
Taken down at the 43-yard line. It's a gain of 3.
3rd and just 2 to go. So just 1 quarter to go on Monday Night Primetime. It's Buccaneers football with a slight lead. Just got to hang on for 1 final quarter. Third and just 2 to go.
Let's go now. 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
this on 3rd and short. This finds its target. That's Taylor. And they take him down just as he gets inside that red zone. Give him 38 on that one. And that will be a Tampa Bay first down.
Complete to number 85, Mason Taylor. First and 10 at the 19-yard line.
From the red zone on first. Escapes the pocket. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on first down.
I'll give this quarterback credit. He bought as much time as he could, but eventually, the only option left was to throw it away.
After the incompletion, they come up on 2nd and 10. They've got a man in motion. Going again on 2nd and 10. Throwing the out route complete. And they'll advance this down to the 5-yard line. 14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives them 1st and goal.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
He's got it on the bootleg. He rolls to his right. He's got it. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. The Buccaneers have a commanding 14-point lead now in the 4th. It's an Isaiah Pacheco touchdown. That one splits the uprights. And the Buccaneers lead by 15 now. McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. Choosing to bring it out deep in the end zone. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down.
At their own 20-yard line.
All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap here to Milton. Has him on the quick hitter. And he hits him for a gain of 6. He's up to the 26. The dose of the hurry-up offense here.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 27.
Out of the gun, it's Milton. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
That's just simply one of those situations, Kate, where I think you and I got to tip our cap to the defense. Really took away everybody. There was no outlet, and only an incompletion could be had.
No connection on the last play. Now it's 3rd down.
7 Pirates! Ready.
To throw, Milton. Trying for the deep ball. That's grabbed inside the 30. It's a Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles can make it a 1-score game as they trim the lead. And that's no good. They missed the try. They needed that extra point, Brock, and now still trailing in this 2-possession game. So following that missed point after, he's going to stay out there and send it away. And he just sends this out and over the end zone, so no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball up at the 35 to begin this drive. Good starting field position for the Buccaneers. 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Pacheco. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
That's the kind of yardage that's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now 2nd down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
They're throwing it. Short pass brought in. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. Ball just a yard shy of midfield. 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
This is Pacheco. And he reaches midfield and starts driving into Eagles territory. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Man in motion here. Working now from the gun. He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. Along the right sideline, there's space. And this is going to be a pick six. Touchdown, Philadelphia. That play, Brock, that play was beautiful. Not just making the interception, but then seeing the return slowly come together in front of him as he took it all the way to the house.
Yeah, I think even for us up here in the booth, it looked like a scene out of a movie, didn't it? Starts running it back, scans the field for a lane, then the blocks come just in the nick of time to wipe out the would-be tacklers, and he's got open space and nothing but the end zone in front of him.
And that kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. So we got a touchback. This drive will start at the 35. Good starting field position for the Buccaneers. 1st and 10. Back to work they go after the interception. And the first play of the series is going to be an incomplete pass intended for his running back there. And that brings up 2nd down.
Kid, I'm just kind of laughing because I could feel the armchair quarterbacks going, I can make that throw. And anybody who's actually made those throws says you have no idea what it feels like with everybody breathing down your neck. That play's got to be right, timed up right, and it certainly wasn't.
This one intended for the running back. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
Just cannot afford right here, Kate, to go 3 and out. Not when you watched your counterpart score a touchdown. Got to cling to that lead and find a way to convert this 3rd down. It's a big one. And cut off some of the mojo from the other side.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. The tight end going in motion right. Back to throw it. That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete. Marvin Harrison Jr., the intended target. And that brings up 4th and long. He can't evade the coverage team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return.
At their own 16-yard line.
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. I'll start this one out with Barkley. And this play's going to come to an end of the 27. It's a gain of 11 there, and that picks up the 1st.
A run like that, Kate, it just gives everybody a little bit more bounce offensively because you also know it can set the table for more.
Coming to the line for another 1st and 10.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal, 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Ready,
Milton out of the pistol here. It's a screen to Barkley. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a 1st down.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Here we go, set. Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Hey, Crash.
2nd down, looking for options. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
All right, there's going to be the last play before the 2-minute warning.
Bronco 80. Dragon 60. Ready.
Looking to throw. Catch is made down the right sideline. He's going to get this to the opposing 41. Offense getting set. Here's 1st and 10.
Ready. Ready.
Setting up to pass. Dumped off to his running back. And just gets back to the line of scrimmage.
He specializes in salvaging broken plays out of the backfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here.
Let's go. 19 Lions. 19 Tiger. 19.
Back to throw. Hits his running back. And he's going to be down to within a yard of that red zone as the stop is made. An excellent gain. 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
You just got to love that angle, right? It's been around a long time, but think about it defensively, Kate. How many times do you see the backs out of the backfield or just run to the flat? The great running backs know how to plant their foot, sell that flat route, break it off to an angle, and break off the first down.
Well, he already has himself one interception in this game, partner, and throws like that are going to find him another if he isn't careful.
Yep, those are the throws you want to intersperse, kind of sprinkle into your passing game, because if they become the norm and you're constantly thrown into coverage, that's when one pick becomes two, two becomes three, and on and on.
He's going to take this down to the 11-yard line. Tampa spends its 2nd timeout now. And they're still going to have one left at their disposal.
That's just not the guy defensively you ever want in the open field. Frankly, with the amount of space he had at one point, they're lucky to have limited to the gain they did.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And he'll pull his way in for a 4-yard pickup. That timeout taken by the Buccaneers, and that's their final one. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least.
6-yard line.
The humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Now we get a timeout, and with just 2 seconds left, this game has set us up with an incredible ending. This game now resting on the leg of Jake Elliott. They're going to mark this as a 24-yarder. The kick is good. He got it. So beneath the chorus of Fly, Eagles Fly, it's a win for the Eagles. And they're stacking momentum right away this season as they begin the year 2-0.